disturbed the jobs of the Telanganites. But none of these were ever implemented. On the contrary, the violation of the Mulki norms continued by devious ways. Jobs were doled out to the outsiders by creating autonomous bodies and institutions just to bypass the rule. After a prolonged and seemingly endless legal battle, in 1973 the Supreme Court of India upheld the validity and continuation of Mulki rules in Telangana. But the Andhra elite reacted violently even to this order of the highest court of the land and started the Jai Andhra agitation, demanding the withdrawal of all the constitutional protections given to Telangana. Almost as if they wouldn't want to continue in this setup if they were not allowed a free rein over the opportunities and resources of this region. Bowing once again to their pressures, all the safeguards, including the Supreme Court judgment, were nullified through a constitutional amendment. Telangana has been a victim of politics of domination and discrimination, where even the law of the land has failed to protect the rights and the interests of its people. The only hope for Telangana now is to break free of this unfair alliance and seek its destiny in its own land. It has indeed been a long and difficult journey for the Telangana movement, but it never ceased. Because the denial of political, economic and social opportunities and the assault on Telangana's language, culture and identity never stopped. While some people continued to bear their loss and suffering silently, many others have been relentlessly fighting for the restoration of Telangana state. In 1997, the Bharatiya Janata Party at its Kakinada convention passed a resolution seeking separate statehood for Telangana. But there was nothing more to it than taking a political advantage out of this sentiment. Once in power, the BJP pushed this idea to the side to please its ally, the Telugu Desam. The left parties too never tire of demanding special packages for the development of Telangana. And the Congress, out of power in the year 2000, once again cried for Telangana when all of its legislators from this region appealed to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi to take up the cause of a separate Telangana. The Congress delegation also met the President to convince him of such a need. But beyond deriving some immediate political gain, no one really cared for the plight of the people. The colossal human misery in a region so richly endowed with resources is a travesty of justice. A surplus state at the time of the merger, Telangana today presents a dismal picture of poverty, unemployment and hunger. Agriculture is the worst hit. At least 400 farmers have committed suicide in the recent past, and thousands more have perished since the assault on water resources began years ago. The hostile agricultural policies of the government, denial of assured water, soaring costs of agricultural inputs, and the complete collapse of rural credit system have driven the Telangana farmers and artisans to despair, even to death. Already neck-deep in debt, for the Telangana farmer, there seemed no respite from the misery. The steep hike in power tariff brought in by the Telugu Desam government in the year 2000 was a severe blow. For out of 24 lakh power connections in the state, 17 lakh were in Telangana alone. When the farmers protested, they were mercilessly silenced by the state. Moved by the plight of the farmers and hurt by the inhuman response of the state, a son of the soil, Sri Chandrasekhar Rao, the then Deputy Speaker of the Andhra Pradesh Assembly, pleaded with the government to stop the excesses and withdraw the hike. But faced with an insensitive and indifferent government, he launched an agitation for a separate Telangana. For that is where he felt justice to the people of this region was possible. And soon the movement assumed enormous proportions, and the newly formed Telangana Rashtra Samiti gained huge ground across the region.
తెలుగుదేశం సైకిల్ గుర్తు ద్వారా నాకు వచ్చినటువంటి శాసనసభ రాజీనామా తీసుకో. ఈ తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీకి ప్రాథమిక సభ్యత్వానికి రాజీనామా తీసుకో. పదవులు కాదు, అవసరమైతే నా ప్రాణం కూడా దారపోయడానికి తెలంగాణకు సిద్ధంగా తెలియజేస్తాను.